towers of Aghasba. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Explore a stunning open world filled with majestic creatures and quirky characters. Nature withered lands. There's hands in the game that are withered, so into vibrant ecosystems, and flex your creativity as you build a thriving civilization in balance with nature. Invite friends to co-op multiplayer, which doesn't really work that well, to craft, harvest and cozy up together. This is an open world co-op game filled with lots of different biomes, pretty decent sized map, quite a few quests, and quite a lot to do. You build an ecosystem, you're shipwrecked on this island, you have to rebuild your civilization, plant villages, farms, ecosystems, and do quests for a lot of people as you explore the island. There's danger out there, so you have to arm yourself. There's animals where you can tame and jump on and ride around on. Or there's animals you can just beat the shit out of and skin. You have to chop down the trees, collect all the shit, build your crafting stuff. You know the dance. This is kind of a casual version of that. It's kind of like a little feel-goody, cozy game. It's not meant to be some kind of hardcore Souls-like crafty game. But unfortunately, it needs way more time in the oven. I've had crashes. I've been in situations where suddenly keys stopped working and it was the escape key, so I couldn't get out of any menus. You can't even rebind all your keys, which is ridiculous. That should be the first thing that you do. And generally speaking, the whole experience was very disappointing for me, and I was really looking forward to this game, which sucks. But my time in the game, aside from the crashes and the bugs, wasn't really very exciting. There's some things that I really enjoyed and a lot of things that I didn't. It all felt a little bit controllery, console-y, the way that you build things and put stuff down. It didn't feel very fluid. For example, when you start your village off, it's just like a big square drops down on the map, and that bit suddenly goes all nice and green, and the rest of the map isn't. It's just like a bit shit. You craft a building, and instead of building the building like you would in most games, your building goes in your pocket. And then you just pull it out and say, I'll put the farmhouse there. And it's ridiculous. It has bad animations for climbing and things, but it does have a stamina bar for climbing, which is great. All games should have this. When you start climbing up a mountain, your stamina starts going down all the time you're climbing. So you have to look at where you're going to climb to, like a little ledge, and then have a rest on the ledge to fill your bar back up before you continue climbing. I think that's great. Much better than these games where you just continually can climb on forever. This is a way better system. It just looks shite. That's the trouble. The combat feels bad as well. It's very spammy and basic. In the quests that I did were all pretty boring. Go and fetch this, fetch that, fetch the other, and then build this, that, and that. The ecosystems are pretty boring. There's way better games out there that do ecosystems than this. This is just kind of a great idea, just not done great at the moment. I'm not saying that it's going to be a bad game because it's early access at the minute, but for £25 I did want more. I think with early access, fine if you're going to have an early access game. I've got nothing against early access games, but if your game is £25 in early access, man, it better be bloody good. And if that's the end price of the game, you have no business charging £25 in early access. You should charge a tenner or something, because people are kind of buying into your idea and gambling on it essentially. So, you know, they should be rewarded for that because they're supporting you, and they should get the game at a knocked down price. I think he said knocked off price. Now, if this is the knocked off price, sorry, the knocked down price, I'm watching Only Fools and Horses at the minute, so everything's knocked off. So yeah, I mean, I don't really know what the end price is going to be, but I'm not going to play it anymore. It's too frustrating to play in the current state that it's in. So I'm going to wait till it releases. But it could be a great game. It could be a really good open world co-op adventure. We'll have to wait and see. There's some things that I do like at the moment, but a lot of stuff I don't. Especially the key rebinds. Get them fixed. Get the bugs fixed. Get a bit of the balancing fixed as well. There wasn't as many resources as I would have liked. I found myself just wandering around looking for certain resources. It just felt very undercooked at the minute. It needs a lot more work. I wouldn't have released it in the state that it's in. So I'm going to give it a thumb down, and let's hope that it gets a lot better over the coming year.